Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering the BELLA protocol, but before I do, I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So guys, yes, another video on BELLA protocol. So if you guys do want to check out what BELLA protocol is and what they do, go ahead and check out my previous video on it. So today's video is more of an update and recent news has actually been happening around the BELLA protocol. So guys, jumping straight onto CoinMarketCap, as you guys can see, they're doing pretty well. They are in the top 500. Go ahead and check out the website. I did already cover this before, but I will be covering this a bit later on. As you guys can see, the price is doing pretty well, up 6% over the last 24 hours, currently circulating just underneath that $2.10. Current market cap is over 65 million, diluted market cap is over 207 million, and the circulating volume, as you guys can see, is over 26 million. So it is unfortunately down 21.1% over the last 24 hours in terms of the circulating volume. Going over the chart very briefly, as you guys can see, it was that surge back in 2020 around to that $10 mark. Unfortunately, it did dip all the way back down, circling around near to that peak around that $5 mark until it's going down to that price at the moment. So guys, I will be jumping on some recent news now. So guys, in terms of recent news, as you guys can see, I have jumped onto the BELLA protocol's Twitter. From this tweet, it says BELLA Flex Savings V2 offers best-in-class APY for users on Ethereum. WBTC, HBTC at 24% with a reward multiplier of 1.6x. That's close to 40%. So jumping onto that website, as you guys can see, go ahead and check this out as well. There's a whole bunch of assets you can earn on top. In terms of other recent news, as you guys can see, don't forget BEL launch pool still lives on BuySwap DEX. Stake BWS to earn BEL, so BEL token. So jumping on to BuySwap, as you guys can see, when it does launch eventually. So BEL, earn BEL, buy and stake BWS. So again, here earn BEL whilst staking BWS. You'll be able to earn an APR of 157% or 221%. So it's huge. It's actually huge in how much you could actually be earning on top of staking what you already have. In terms of other recent news, there's a whole bunch of recent news actually on their Twitter, so just such as this. So check out hot votes for some popping APYs. So on JetSwap Finance and other tweets as well. So if you do guys want to know recent news in terms of BEL protocol, go ahead and check out their Twitter. So guys, I will be jumping onto the price analysis now. So guys, what everyone's been waiting for, the price analysis. So guys, I have jumped onto the monthly time frame, as you guys can see, to give you my long-term projection. So I have marked down these zones of resistances and support. Does seem to be playing out the Fibonacci pretty well from here to here to here. If you do mark it out, it does seem to be rejecting that 78.6 level quite well, and does seem to be creating that level of support quite well as well at the moment. So as you guys can see, for the last couple of months, it has been bullish candles ever since. So hopefully what it does now is continue that bullish momentum, cleaning these level of clean traffic of these bearish candles here, going towards that $5 mark here, possible 2x from where it is at the moment. So that is what I think about my long-term vision. Also, if you've been jumping down to the weekly, as you guys can see, I have leveled out these zones over here. So the whole bunch of resistance turning support, resistance, and again support and resistance. So as you guys can see, for the last couple of weeks, loads of weeks in fact, so as you guys can see, a total of 2 months worth of weeks has been bullish candles ever since. Always creating a level of strong support around that dollar mark around here. So hopefully what it does now is either go towards this level of support around here, around that $3 mark. As you guys can see, it might reject this level and create that double top pattern, and then might actually come back down towards these dollar regions slash $1.50 region, or it might completely break that zone, and as you guys can see, go towards that $3.50, retest that level around that $3, creating a level of support and going back up towards those $5, $4.50 mark region. So that is what I think in terms of the two long-term positions. In terms of short-term, as you guys can see, I've jumped onto the 4-hour time frame, and I did label out this a couple of days ago. So as you guys can see, a couple of days ago, August 17th is when I actually labeled this out, just so I can see how the market's actually going to be playing before I actually post this video for you guys. So I did label out these zones around that $2.25 to around that $2.10 mark, and I was seeing this level of range. It did wicked out all the way here. I'm not sure if this is a glitch on TradingView or not, but it does seem to be a glitch because it did drop quite a lot to around that $1.70 until that $2.10. So what it does seem to be doing now is either going to be creating that level of resistance here again and breaking that, go towards that $2.50, or it might be breaking this level of support and going down towards this is what I marked out initially, just because it got that massive wick to fill. So around that $1.65 to around that $2 mark. So guys, in terms of the updates, I will be jumping onto this. So as I did mention, there was those two level of zones. I did thought it was going to break out initially, so it did break out here. So as you guys can see, going in terms of what it did break out to, it did break out and create that 7%, so not really much of a massive return, but it was going towards that $2.50, as you guys can see, and it did actually break out this way as well. So it played out both ways, but I didn't actually feel that wick. So as you guys can see, it broke down and went around to 9%. So it didn't really, it does seem to be both fake outs. It does seem to be faking out there and then came back into that range. So if anything, you guys can move that level of zones here. So as you guys can see, it's going to be breaking that level of resistance now. So it might have that upward momentum now towards that $2.50-ish mark, or you might have to actually create that level of support here. So as you guys can see, it does seem to be ranging between that two ranges now. So it's either going to do a bit like this, a bit like that, or what it might do is completely break that down and come back down towards these ranges, range for a while before doing anything dramatic. So that is what I think in terms of short term. So hopefully guys, that all plays out well, and if it does, you guys owe me. So that is what I think in terms of the long term and short term analysis. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.